Have you ever felt like a giant in your thoughts, but a tiny ant in your actions? You wake up with grand plans and visions of a brilliant life, only to end the day staring aimlessly at your phone. You crave the summit, but your feet refuse to leave the bed. If you are trapped in the cage of being ambitious but lazy, then the story of Amir is a mirror of your own life. This isn't just a tale, it is a wake-up call that might change your mindset forever. In a quiet, peaceful village where green fields stretched to the horizon, lived a young man named Amir. At 25, Amir possessed everything a young person could desire: a sharp mind, a strong body, and a treasury of grand dreams. He would often stand on a high hill, pointing at his empty plot of land, and declare boldly to his friends, "Just look, one day this will be the most prosperous farm in the region. The grain will shine like gold under the sun, and people will come from everywhere to seek my advice." At first, the villagers admired his vision, but as years passed, they realized a bitter truth. While other farmers sweated under the scorching sun to plow their fields, Amir sat in the shade, sipping tea and talking about the future. He suffered from a dangerous psychological trap. He was addicted to the feeling of success in his imagination, but he hated the price of success in reality. Whenever the moment to act arrived, he uttered only one sentence: "I'll do it tomorrow." One evening, Amir's uncle, an old farmer with calloused hands and wise eyes, came to visit. Looking at the desolate garden overgrown with weeds, he sighed and pulled two small cloth bags from his pocket. He placed them in Amir's hands and said, "You say you want to succeed, so I will give you the tools. These are two special seeds of life. The gold seed represents ambition. If you care for it every day, it will give you shade and wealth. The black seed represents laziness. It requires nothing from you. It will grow all by itself." Amir laughed confidently. "I will choose the ambition seed, of course, uncle." But the old man only shook his head. "Do not promise so quickly. Remember, you cannot keep both in the same garden and expect peace." Amir's greatest mistake was thinking he could control his laziness. He planted both seeds in the ground. He told himself, "I'll let the laziness seed grow just a little bit for comfort, and when the ambition seed gets big enough, I'll pull the weeds later." But life does not work that way. Laziness does not arrive like a storm that warns you. It arrives like a gentle, soothing mist. It makes you feel that sleeping 10 more minutes or delaying an important task is harmless. While Amir was lost in his distant dreams, the black seed began to thrust its roots deep into the earth. It sprouted thick, dark, thorny weeds that tightly strangled the fragile sprout of ambition. In just a few weeks, Amir's garden had turned into a thorny labyrinth. When he finally woke up and tried to reach for his dream, the sharp thorns pierced his skin, leaving him in pain and fear. He realized a haunting truth: if you do not actively build your garden, the weeds of laziness will automatically claim it. That night, Amir could not sleep. He looked at his clean, white, but useless hands and felt a surge of shame. He remembered his empty promises, his boasting, and the disappointed look in his uncle's eyes. The pain of doing nothing was now heavier than the pain of labor. He finally understood: ambition without discipline is an illusion. A lazy genius is nothing more than a well-educated failure. Without waiting for the sun to rise, Amir grabbed an old rusty sickle and rushed into the garden in the dark. He began to hack away at the thorns. The cuts made his hands bleed, and his back ached as if it would break, but he did not stop. Every time a weed fell, he felt a chain in his soul break away. He wasn't just clearing a garden, he was clearing his life. Years later, that village no longer saw a young man talking about theories under the old tree. Instead, there was a man of action, the owner of the largest farm in the land. Amir had learned that the weeds of laziness will always try to grow back whenever we become careless. But as long as we hold the watering can of action and the shears of discipline every day, our dreams will never die. To you, the person listening to these words, you are also holding those two seeds in your hands right now. Is your seed of ambition withering for lack of water, or is the seed of laziness choking your future? Do not wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is the sweetest lie that failure uses to comfort us. Turn off this audio, stand up, and pull out that first weed right now, because a magnificent field never belongs to those who only know how to dream. Start right now.